Kepler, I've really enjoyed your company. It's been wonderful to have you on my lap. Enjoyed snacking on some pickles and mustard, but I'm going to be honest, I am not going to be able to do this vlog properly sitting on the couch. So I'm going to have to get you off my lap, buddy.
By the way, hello everyone and welcome to Sunday. I believe it was just a few days ago on the vlog I talked about something exciting happening, or maybe I even mentioned that we were getting new equipment. Well, that new equipment is here as of today. So I'm going to be talking about a new camera that we got, a camera that I've been looking forward to for a while and that has been very hard to buy, and also why we needed a new camera in the first place, because we have a camera, but we really have needed a second one. So very quickly, this is an overview of some of the stuff we bought, and I'm going to be talking a little bit more about it in detail in this video. And also by the end, we will be doing a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K unboxing. That might be why you found the video. Hi, welcome to the channel. So we have used a Panasonic GH4 as our primary production camera for several years. We got it right before Mal started her Mal Makes channel for art, and it's been really great. Mal uses it primarily for her channel. The problem is we also use it for some of the higher end production stuff that we do on Stephen Vlog or Stephen Plays. So all the mail videos, all the Q&A videos, various other things that require something to look nicer than maybe just a vlog camera. So we have existed, sharing the camera, but it's actually very difficult because when Mal goes to do Mal Makes videos, that camera stays on the tripod for like 2 weeks because it takes Mal 2 weeks to do a painting. She works every day on it, and it usually takes, anywhere from like 10 to 14 days to complete. And you really don't want to move the camera during that time, because if you do that, then you have to reset up the shot, and it could look a little weird whenever you're actually watching it back as a complete project. So we knew for a long time we've needed a second camera, because that way we could actually film a Q&A or a mail video without having to take her camera away, and then that camera could just exist and be Mallory's camera. We could finally have another camera. Now, after the warranty issue that I had with Panasonic not honoring one of the warranties on their products, that really pissed me off, and I decided to not buy another camera from them. And that's a shame, because I was actually really considering the GH5 as our next production camera. But after they kind of screwed me over, I was like, well, I don't really want to buy a camera from them. I'm going to see what else is available. And the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K kind of checked all the boxes for me. It was a really fantastic camera. The price point is crazy. It's actually cheaper than the GH5. And if you're looking at it from strictly a video perspective, it is a better camera. Now, it doesn't have like a stills capability. It's not a photo camera, but if you're trying to do video, it's really hard to beat, especially at the price point. So I decided that that's what I was going to do. The problem is this thing came out in like October, and there are so many back orders that you can't get this camera. And I never back ordered, like I never ordered it or pre-ordered it. So I didn't do a pre-order from B&H or Adorama or any of those places. And I couldn't get the camera. And the only reason I have this specific camera is because I checked Amazon twice a day, every day since it's come out, because I knew eventually it would show up on Amazon and I would be able to order it and get it here quickly. And it was on Amazon from third-party sellers for the last few months, but they've all had the price jacked up like incredible. But the other day I finally saw one, and it was MSRP, and I was like, give me that. I will grab that right away. So I got it, ordered the other stuff, and here we are. So I'll go into more details about the camera itself, but first let's talk about some of the other stuff that we bought. We needed the lens for it. Now, I actually considered buying another 12-35mm, which is what we have on the GH4 for Mal. That's a really good lens to use, but I really hated the idea of buying another identical lens. If we truly, truly, truly needed that lens, we could take it off of Mal's camera. It didn't make sense to me to have another of the exact same lens. So instead, I got something different. Now, Panasonic did screw me over, and while I'm glad I didn't buy a camera from them, I did end up buying a lens from them. So this is the 20mm f1.7, I guess technically Mark II Lumix lens. And basically I was trying to find a lens that would work well, a prime lens, that would work well for the distance that we have the camera from our faces for breakfast stream. And this probably seems super wide, but you have to remember that because of the crop factor, this is closer to a 40 millimeter, so that should be just what we need. I also have a filter for it. It's a clear filter, basically for protection. I know some people, are very against that, but we have known people personally that the filter, when they've dropped the lens for whatever reason, has saved the lens, so it's such an inexpensive thing. I don't see a reason not to buy it. On this side is the audio, and I needed to get a new shotgun mic because obviously Mal needs her own shotgun mic. So after doing a little research, I decided to go with the Sennheiser MKE600. It seems like a pretty good step up from the Rode video mic that we've been using for, 10 years. This stuff also came with it. This is just a dead cat, and then the foam windscreen I think is inside the box. This is a shock mount, and then this is basically an adapter to convert cold shoe to hot shoe, or 1/4 inch thread to a hot shoe mount. And then this is a XLR to mini XLR cable, so you can actually hook this thing into the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. It's neat. This actually takes, it's a mini, but it still takes an XLR, which is pretty awesome, especially at the price point. Now, as a reminder, I got this on Amazon, but it was not sold by Amazon. It was from a third-party seller. The difference between this third-party seller and all the other ones was that this one was MSRP, which obviously mattered to me quite a bit. So as we open the box, there is a little welcome card, which has got software and manual on a little SD card, which is nice. Another one of the appeals of this camera, and one of the reasons why the price point is so crazy, is that you also get a full copy of Davinci Resolve 15, which is a $300 piece of software. This is one of Blackmagic's big claims to fame, is Davinci. It's kind of I guess you would call it like the industry standard for color correction and grading. And they give you a copy of Davinci with the camera, which is super cool. So all that stuff is laying right on top. We've also got the AC adapter. Just got this, I don't know if that's magnetic or not. That's what connects into the camera. We got a battery, and these are a standard battery. This is an LPE6 battery. I think Canon cameras are the ones that generally use this. This is an off-brand though. This isn't a first-party battery from Canon. Also on top are all of your international plugs, so you can plug it into a variety of things. And then underneath, just kind of chilling in there, is the actual body of the camera. And man, it's a wide boy. And I knew that. I've done a lot of research on the camera, and I've seen a lot of other people unbox it and hold it. And it's a very wide camera. It feels kind of strange. It has I believe it's a 5-inch full 1080p screen on the back. And it's very interesting, like how big the camera is. It's not particularly heavy. Not really at all. Like it's going to be a little heavier with a lens on it, but definitely not the 20 millimeter pancake lens that I have. So it's going to be fine. One thing to keep in mind, this camera does not have stabilization inside, and the lens I got doesn't either, but that's going to be fine because for the most part, the life of this camera is going to be on a tripod in a production environment, so stabilization is not important. At some point, I probably will take this out into the wilderness and play with it, but at that point I'd put Mal's 1235 on this, which has OIS, and that would be able to help me shoot outside a little bit. But this is exciting. The build quality is really good. Like, it's plastic, but it feels very rugged. Man, I also am like a kid on Christmas. I'm not even gonna lie. I was talking earlier in this video about how we almost went with the GH5, and then I ended up holding out for the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. I'm very glad we did. I'm not sure what the GH5 is right now, but at least at the time, the body of the camera was about $2,000. This is $1,300, and the difference between the cameras are still pretty night and day. The Blackmagic design can shoot 4K 60 RAW, which is amazing for a $1,300 camera. Like, this is, it's in the title, but it's a cinema camera, and that's really, really exciting because generally the features that are available in this sort of camera are only in the price range of you're starting at like $3,000 to $5,000. So to get some of those features at a price point that's far more accessible to everyone is really exciting. And don't get me wrong, like, yes, this is going to be used for mail and Q&As and Breakfast Stream, actually. I'm really looking forward to Breakfast Stream looking awesome. But also, I got this because I went to film school. I have a genuine interest in creating things, whether that be short films or documentaries or music videos, etc. And having a tool like this is really beneficial. I definitely could have gotten, a somewhat cheaper camera that would have gotten the job done for Q&As and mail and things like that. But being able to have this amount of power at this price point is exceptional, because this is going to be a camera that can do things like Breakfast Stream and make things look really good, but it can also be taken out and used to create short films, and that's really exciting. It's wonderful to have this sort of tool in my hand. Now, again, I got this on Amazon. These are still not available, like even on B&H and Adorama, all these places, you still can't get them. So your best bet is to either order and wait for them to restock, or you could do like I did and just check Amazon all the time until you eventually, hopefully stumble across one and are able to get it. The other thing to keep in mind is that Blackmagic Design seems like a great company, but when it comes to their camera hardware, there's a lot of reports over the years, including this specific model, of like, quality control is not always at the highest, and people have reported like different little errors and stuff with the cameras. So keep that in mind. It might be worth buying a extended warranty, which I did. You can do that right in checkout for Amazon. So I get a 4-year warranty on the camera body. Seemed like a good idea. But I'm not going to like turn it on and deal with all that stuff in this video. That's going to be a separate thing. With any luck, I can get this up and running and in use for Breakfast Stream on Tuesday. I also ordered a tripod, but it's not here yet. It's not anything fancy, because we don't need it to do anything other than hold the camera in here. But it's just another piece of equipment that we can use for the productions that we are creating. Anyway, this is fantastic, and again, I'm really stupid excited about all this. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, let me know. I know I'm not the only person that for months was just like, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? And then it finally came out, and I'm like, they're not available. They're not available. It's really exciting to finally have one in my hands, and I'm looking forward to playing with it. But let me know. Maybe you already have one. How do you like it? Maybe you have other products in the Blackmagic family. Maybe you have an Ursa or something like that. Let me know. I'm really curious, and obviously you'll be seeing through the eyes of this thing very soon, because of the various stuff we're going to make. But I also hope that in the near future I'll get a chance to kind of branch out a little bit and create some other content for myself using this camera right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?